Hey worship leader fam, welcome back to the channel. Man, look at my room, it is bright. You know, I started recording in my room in the spring, earlier in the spring, once COVID hit. We had to quarantine. If you've been around the channel for a long time, you know I used to record up at my church office, but because COVID hit, we had to come home, and then it just became easier for me to record at home anyways. And what I noticed is my videos early in the spring, my room was really bright because there were no leaves on the trees, and now well, then spring and summer hit, and I have a house that trees are just hanging over, and so when the leaves came back on, it got super dark like a cave back here. But now it's fall and the leaves are falling off again and it's bright. Look, it's fall, there's no leaves. Anyways, that's not what today's video is about, but I have one more question before we get into the topic of the day. Since I'm recording in my room more and more, I don't like the color of these walls. It's kind of bland and you can see markings on them, so I'm thinking about painting it like a charcoal color. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. Should I paint this? Maybe it would make the guitar stand out. Everything I have is white, and so it just kind of, it blends in. So I'm thinking about making it this color. I use this foam board for like my product pedal photography. What if my wall was this color? What do you think? Does that look good? I don't know, let me know in the comments what you think. But back to the point of today's video, I'm gonna be talking about an overdrive pedal that I think is a really good option. I want to say it's the best option. It's not the best option. There are so many overdrive pedals out there, but an overdrive pedal that I think would be a really good option if you're a worship leader like me, if you want more options in your overdrive pedal, and I'm sure there's more. We'll get into it, but the pedal we're gonna be talking about today is the Jackson Audio Broken Arrow version 2. Oh, it's beautiful. This right here is what makes it version 2, and we will get into that very shortly. We're gonna talk about some pros and cons. I'm gonna go over the features that make it a really good pedal, and I'm gonna let you listen to it, and we're gonna get into that now. So let's go. All right, went ahead and took the pedal off so we could look at it as I talk through the features and I go through the pros and cons. I say pros and cons, and I wanna do the pros last and the cons first, and really it's just pros and con, because I can only think of one con of this pedal, and that is its price. I think brand new, this thing goes for $279. Now I bought this used, and you can get some good deals out there, but that's not cheap for an overdrive pedal. But we're gonna talk through the features of why I still think it's worth it and why I think it's a good option for you. All right, so the main reason I think this is such a good pedal, and some of these reasons will apply to other Jackson Audio pedals, but the reason is that this pedal has 4 different overdrives in it. Now, like I said, this would also be true of their other overdrive pedal called the Golden Boy, and one of the main reasons I went with the Broken Arrow is because it's black, and I have a black board. Except the MCX, but we've already talked about all that. But yeah, you can see here the drive button. If you hold this down, then you can scroll through, and I'm gonna show you this in a minute, but you'll be able to scroll through 4 different overdrives. A lot of different overdrives sound completely different. There's different clipping options and diodes. This one gives you 4 different options in one pedal. So considering the price, you're getting kind of 4 pedals in one. And that's not it. The second reason I think this is a great pedal is because this side is boost. You also get a separate independent boost. Some pedals like the Full Tone Full Drive have a boost, but it only boosts the overdrive. You can't turn it on independently. Now I think they fixed that on the version 3, but anyways, it's something to know that this is an independent boost. And just like the overdrive side, you get 4 different kinds of boosts. You just hold this down until it starts blinking, and then you can scroll through the boost that you want. So when you add up 4 overdrives and 4 boosts, that's like 8 pedals that you can easily pull up for the price of 1 or 2 regular pedals. But we're not done yet. 4 overdrives, 4 boosts, that's great, but pro number 3 is that they have this new thing that is unique to them as far as I know, and it's called gain cycle. Now what this means is for your drive section, wherever you set the gain knob, when you hit both switches, it cycles through 4 different amounts of gain. So it starts at 25%, 50%, 75%, and 100% of wherever this knob is located. So if I have it at 50%, the 100% would be 100% of 50%. I go back down to 25%, it's 25% of that much gain. 50%, which would be, am I going the right way? Which would be 25%, and then 75% back to 100% of wherever this is. I hope that wasn't too confusing. I'll show you in a minute. When you add all that up, that is a lot already. That already makes this pedal worth it in my opinion. But on top of that, pro number 4 is that you have this really cool, really dynamic EQ section right here. You get 15 decibels of either cut or boost on each of these bass, middle, and treble knobs, which having all these options, if you can't find the tone you need with this pedal, then I don't know what to tell you. And lastly, the 5th pro on my list is that this version 2 is also MIDI. So if you don't think it's easy enough to scroll through the different overdrives and the different boost and doing all the gain staging, you can set all that pre-mapped with your MIDI controller if you have a MIDI board. And as you know, I'm definitely into MIDI, which is the reason I got this. So with this Jet MCX, I can control, well, all kinds of things, but on this pedal specifically, I can control the drive, I can control the boost, tell it to turn on, turn off, select the gain cycle, and all that stuff without actually having to tap on the pedal itself. All right, so I'm gonna plug it back up, let you listen to it, and let you see how versatile it is. Let's go. All right, I'm gonna plug it in, I promise I will, but just one more thing. If you're watching this video and you're not subscribed to my channel, my analytics say that 75% of the people who watch my videos aren't subscribed, and so I would really appreciate it. Plus I have a little goal. I'm at 1,897 subscribers, so I'm 3 away from 1,900, which is pretty cool, but I would like to get to 2,000 before the end of the year. And so if you could help me do that, like, share, subscribe, please. I'd really appreciate it. Let's dig into the pedal. All right, I got this little rig set up here with my iPhone. I noticed it might be a little shaky, but at least you can see the pedal. It'll have to work. All right, the pedal's hooked up. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm gonna turn on the first drive, and this is the amber drive. This is supposed to be like a Marshall. It's the least compressed. It sounds like this. Now I will say I'm using my presets from my EXPANSE pack. If you don't know about that, quick commercial, it's on sale right now for $17 through Black Friday. Purchase one time, get updates for life. This is one of the presets in there. I'm using the Fawn amp. Let's scroll through some of these other drives. I'm in preset mode now. Now we're at the green one. This is a lot like a Tube Screamer sound, very compressed. This is magenta. And then the blue is kind of like a Timmy overdrive. I like all of them. Now let me, let's go back to the orange. Hold that down. Now that's our drive. Now let me talk about the gain cycle once again. Right now, let me just say this pedal has a lot of gain on tap, and I don't actually use that much gain. So I keep it a little below halfway, and then I scroll through my different settings based on what I want. So right now, the LED is as low as it gets. It means we're 25% of that setting. So if we're at like 40%, I'm 25% of 40% overdrive. That sounds like this. I'm going to go to my cleanest amp sound, which this is the Fender Deluxe sound. I'm going to scroll through to the most compressed overdrive, which I think is the green one. And I'll show you how much overdrive we can get. Now I'm going to cycle through to the lowest, but I'm going to go ahead and crank the gain. So right now the gain is at 100%, but we're at 25, and I'll show you how it can go. So this is our clean tone. 25%. Now, one of the things I like to do is take a Fender amp like this, and if that's the kind of amp you're playing, you can use this pedal to make it sound more like a Vox, and I'll show you how. Let's go back to the amber setting and pull the gain back down to where I like it. Let's just go about there. Now, Fender amps our mid scoop. They have high bass and high treble with the mids pulled down, and it gives it that real pristine, clean sound. It sounds like this. You have real pristine highs and a clear low end. Well, say you wanted to keep that amp style, but for a part of a song you want to sound more like a Vox, we could turn our overdrive on and we could boost the mids and get rid of the lows, add a little high. Let's see what this sounds like. That's a very Vox sounding tone. So here's our original tone. Take even more treble out. It takes that Fender sound and completely gets rid of it. Now let's talk about the boost. Now that's this middle knob here. It's only controlled with this, and it's a pure boost, meaning when it's all the way to the left, it's supposed to be at unity. Let's try it out. Here's our clean tone. Do that same thing with a different amp. This is the Grammatico Bright from my Expanse pack. Clean tone sounds like this. It can get crazy. All right, let's cycle through the different kinds of boosts. That aqua one was something that was tailored specifically by Jackson Audio. The blue here is a full boost. Nothing is cut. This is everything your guitar and amp is just boosted. Now next is the yellow, and it's the brightest. It's the most thinnest boost. It's supposed to sound good when you already have a really overdriven, compressed sound. It sounds like this. I really like that one, especially with a preset like this. It's already a little gainy. And then we have the green one, which is just a little bit more of a mid boost. Let's go back to that yellow one and try it with an even more overdriven preset. I have an AC15 preset that I crank the overdrive up. Clean tone, which is not very clean, sounds like this. You can see it just adds that top end and really cuts through. Let's scroll through some of the other ones with this amp. So we have our yellow. All right, back to our AC30 Fawn preset. It sounds like this. I like this type of setting on the drive. As you can see, I have very little drive, but the boost, when the boost comes on, drives the gain up on the drive section. So I have the gain down very low, and I'm actually, let's see, let's bring it back down. That was our lowest setting. Here's our lowest setting. I just love that tone. Now let's boost it. Let's do one more fun tone. If you take out all the bass, bring up all the mids, take out all the treble, you can get kind of like this lo-fi sound. Alright, well I think that pedal sounds pretty good, but let me know what you think down in the comments below. Also, do you think it's worth it? It's pretty high cost, but you get like a lot of options with it. So let me know what you think down below. Also, thank you for watching the video. Like I said earlier, if you haven't subscribed, please do. That would help me out, help me reach my goal of 2,000 by the end of 2020. Just a little secret goal, it's kind of stupid, it doesn't really matter. But if you're not subscribed, might as well go ahead and subscribe. Also, if you like this video, let me know by hitting the like button, and stick around because I have another video coming out this weekend that is gonna be special. You don't wanna miss it. Has nothing to do with gear, but I think you're gonna wanna see it anyways. So make sure that you hit that notification bell and adjust your settings so you don't miss out on anything new. Remember, I have a sale on my Expanse pack, my HX Stomp presets from now through Black Friday. So definitely go check that out if you haven't already. And yeah, I think that's about it. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.